Hello and welcome to this C programming tutorial series. Now this is the second video in our C programming tutorial series, and for those of you who haven't watched the first video, I would highly recommend for you to go and watch that first. The link is in the description. Now in this tutorial we'll be learning about the scanf function. Now what does the scanf function do? Well, it takes input from the user through the console window and it stores that input into some variable. Alright, so to get started with our coding, I'll need you to remember, or we'll be using what we learned in our last tutorial, that is declaring a variable. Okay, so let's get started. First we declare a variable, and how do we declare it? We write the name of the variable, the data type of the variable, followed by its name. All right, and then what we do is we assign it a value. So let me assign it a value of 5 right here. So right here we declared the variable and then we assigned it a value of 5. Okay, now let's print our variable to check its value. Okay, so we'll type value before and then our format specifier and then first var right here. Okay, so value before and then our format specifier and the name of the variable right here. Right, now that we have our printed our variable, let's try building and running it. So what we get here, the answer here is value before and 5. Perfect. All right, now we can move on to the next step, and that is prompting the user to enter the new value. So please enter new value. Okay, so it will prompt the user to enter a new value. Now we are free to use our scanf function. Now what does the scanf function do? It takes input from the user through the console window. All right, so using it's the same as using the printf statement. So we write scanf followed by the double quotes inside the round bracket and then the format specifier and then the name of our variable. So you see it's very similar to our printf statement right here. So in this, what this scanf function is doing is it's taking input of integer type and storing it into our first var variable. Okay, very similar to the printf statement. But what else, what other different do we have in printf and scanf other than just their names? Well, there is one difference, and that is usage of the variable. So you see over here we are printing our variable right here. Okay, printing our value of the variable. But the problem with scanf function is we're not printing our value of the variable, we want to store value into our variable. Okay, you see the difference? Printing the value of our variable and printing and storing whatever input we get into our variable. Okay, so what the difference is, before we write the name of the variable we put in the ampersand sign. That's the difference. Now what does this ampersand sign signify? Wherever you put ampersand in front of a variable, it means that it refers to the address of the variable. Okay, remember, and an address. Okay, so it refers to the address of a variable. So it means that take the input from the user and store it at this address, and this address is nothing but the address of our first var variable. Okay, so now to check it, we'll print the same thing that we printed before, that is right, this part we'll print it again. Okay, same way, and we write first var right here. Okay, so we'll print the same thing again. So this is value before, we'll change it to value after. Okay, now when we build and run it, you see right here what we get is value before is 5, please enter new value, and this has stopped over here. Okay, the cursor has stopped over here, so it is prompting us to put in a value. So what we do is we type our value. I typed 200 and then I press enter. Now what happened over here is, you see value after is 200 right here. Okay, so you see value just got printed as 200 of first var. Now what we just did here, what this proves is we changed the value of our first var right here, or we changed the value of a variable with the help of the scanf function. Okay, now this was it for this part of the tutorial, and I'll be making more of these in our next videos. Okay, so stay tuned and thank you for watching, and see you next time.